Hello friends, welcome back to the Mothership. Today we are smoking up my absolute first rack of Honey BBQ Spare Ribs on my offset smoker. Let's get started. All right, here are some spare ribs. Let's get them out of the cryo and see what we're working with. All right, let's take a peek here. So looking at them, there's a little bit on the back I'm gonna pull off here. Ooh, they're gonna make my membrane removal a lot easier, look at that. Which, while we're here, we may as well do right now. Sometimes it's easy, sometimes it's not. Perfect. Now this little section on the end isn't going to cook right, so I'm going to pull just this section right here off. Then there is the top section of the ribs that I'm also going to pull off here too. Now for the very small rib on the end, you can absolutely leave it on. I'm probably just going to take these two off as well, just like so. That gives us a more unified size of ribs here. Now we could certainly pull off this hard fat right there, but I'm not going to. I might actually just take this little section of bone right here because it's very sharp. All right, these are good. We got the membrane removed. We got the little sternum piece off. Now you know what's gonna come next. We are gonna salt this puppy. And just like all of my meats, I tend to salt them first and I salt them separately. For the meat section, or the ratio I use, it's about half a teaspoon to a teaspoon per pound of salt. Excuse me. And these little buggers are mostly bone, probably about half bone. So I'll probably take the weight, divide it by 2, and then do about somewhere like a half to maybe 3/4 teaspoon per pound. But the point is to just get all that salt on top of these suckers. I'm not going to bother with the bone side because obviously the salt is not going to absorb into the bone. And through equilibrium, it is going to distribute the salt fairly evenly, at least front to back from where we... Perfect. Now this is going to go into the fridge until all that salt has been absorbed. Then we will come back and we will work on a rub. Now we are going to be going with my Crop Circle Honey BBQ rub today, which starts off with a whole bunch of honey granules, which is this stuff right here. I'll have a link down below. It's awesome. I use them all the time. Fantastic stuff. Then I'm also going to add in some paprika, garlic powder, good old coarse black pepper. Then lastly, a little onion powder. You could absolutely add a little chili powder if you want to add some kick to it. I'm going to make a whole bunch of this because I do use this rub all the time. So I'm just going to quadruple this recipe. Perfect. Make sure it's all shaken together, and that's it. This is what we're going to use for our ribs today. Now with all of our salt absorbed, we can get some rub onto this sucker. I'm going to start with the back side here. Don't really need to do much. You're just kind of adding some color and a little bit of flavor, but nothing crazy. What we really care about here is obviously this meat side. Get everything nice and coated down with our delicious sweet rub. And that looks pretty good to me. Now I think it's about time for us to start thinking about actually getting the smoker up and running. And I will go ahead in front and say my neighbors have a crew coming over to cut down a tree. So I don't know how loud this is gonna be, so I apologize in advance, but let's get out there, let's get this smoker up and running. Fire's running nicely. Don't think I need to put one on just yet. Let's check out the meat. I've got our nice little ribs over here on the left side where all the smoke is going to collect and go up. I got my probes in there. This is looking really good. Really nice red color from that paprika. Run this about 250 pretty much the whole way. But for now it's on. I'm just gonna let it do its thing. Just keep monitoring it. One thing I have been playing around with, if we can scroll up, the damper at the top. You know, I've been running it completely open before, but I want more smoke, so I'm actually closing it about halfway, maybe a little more. The idea is to trap more smoke in there, get some more smoke flavor. So I'm just trying new things. But yeah, smoker still looks beautiful. I haven't figured out where the permanent place is going to be yet. I think I'm going to put some pavers and stuff around maybe the other side of the shed. But it's been up here happily doing its thing. The wood removal crew, I guess, is taking lunch, so this is the best time for me to get out and do a quick quiet video. But for now, I'm going to let it just do its thing, keep adding on more pieces of wood, let it keep chugging along, and we'll come back, keep checking on it, and we'll reconvene probably sometime around the stall. All right, we're something like 4 hours in. We've been pretty much standard running at 250. Internal temperature is about 175. And it's getting a little dark out here. But yeah, we're doing fine. Bark is definitely set. I'm not gonna wrap them. I'm just gonna let them run and do their thing. And just gonna keep monitoring, adding smoke. We're running applewood today. We're gonna go applewood the entire way. And like I said, I'm keeping that damper closed about 3/4 of the way, try and get as much smoke back on here and see what comes out the other side. All right, we are about 5.5 hours in. Temperature is probing above 190, about 192, 193. So let's give it a test. And I'd say, gentlemen and ladies, I think that's done. Flapper test is proving done. If you want to do the full half rack drop, yeah, these are done. These are getting pulled. It's still a little bit early. It's only about 5:30 here. I threw these on at noon. So these are going to go into tin foil and into my toaster oven at warm 140 degrees. And we're going to hold that temperature until it's time to eat them. But I'd say these look great. I did not barbecue them, as you can tell. This would be the point. Actually, probably about 3 to 4 degrees earlier would have been the point to barbecue them. But I am going to have dipping sauce when I actually eat them. But right now, I really just want to taste the smoke, because that's the whole point of this cook, is to use the offset smoker for cooking. Now, I will say, I mentioned earlier that I was using cherry or applewood. That's a lie. I'm using cherry. Sorry, I misspoke. I'm using cherry today. I have quite a bit of apple as well, but I've used basically only cherry. So I'm interested to see if closing the top damper like I did, getting more smoke back flowing here, I can really taste that cherry smoke, which is what I'm trying to do here. So, all that said, let's get it inside. Let's throw it into the toaster oven, let it rest, and then we'll come back when it's time to actually take a bite and see how we did. All right, now the point of this entire cook, guys, was the smoke. I know that this honey barbecue rub is fantastic. I know that my spare ribs are gonna be fantastic. I've cooked many spare ribs in my day, and I've used that rub a lot. It's one of my favorites, which is why I keep using it. But what I want to do is really dial in that smoke, especially with a type of wood that's not known for strong smoky flavor, which is cherry. And I wanted to see if messing around with the dampers really produce a little bit extra smoke. This is what we are working with here. There's nothing wrong with that rib. It's got some really nice smoke ring on there. The whole thing smells fantastic. But I want to know, what does it taste like? Can I really taste that smoke flavor just by messing around with how much smoke is being forced back into the offset? So, without further ado, time to give the old-fashioned chomp. That is a completely perfectly cooked rib. Absolutely fantastic. Pulls apart. And I have to say, guys, I can really taste the smoke on here. You know, I've only had this offset for about 3 weeks so far. And I've done a bunch of different cooks on it. And my initial cooks, I just had the dampers wide open. And I was getting smoke on there, but it really wasn't anything too crazy. You can definitely taste the extra smoke on this just by messing around with, you know, the way the air was moving through the machine. Basically what I did, and what the whole point of this cook was, I wanted to see what I could do to get extra smoke. So the smoke is moving through the chamber. It goes into that big collector, and it just gets shooted right up because you've got a whole bunch of smoke here, you've got a small space here, and you've got a bunch of empty air up top. So you're creating an air movement system that's forcing the air out the top of the chimney. But by closing that off a bit, you are forcing, you're forcing more smoke to come back, and you're allowing less smoke to go out of the out of the top. So what that usually will do in like a Weber kettle, you're just changing around the temperatures. You're not so much changing how much smoke is staying in there. You're forcing it to hold in more of that, more of that smoke, and you're not allowing enough of that to go out. So it's kind of cutting down the amount of oxygen that your flame is getting. So it's going to be less hot inside your smoker. On the offset, it's forcing that smoke to stay on top of your meat. Because you got the meat right by that collector, usually it's just going straight up. If you're forcing it back down, it's gonna have to stay there, or it's gonna be in a waiting period longer, sitting there while it can get in its place in line to go out through that smoke chute. So the playing around with the damper, I would say absolute success. There's definitely more smoke flavor on here, especially with cherry, which is such a light smoke as it is. You can absolutely taste it on these ribs. These are on there for about 5.5 hours, which is not super long on a rib cook. I've had ones go almost 9. And you can absolutely smell it, you can absolutely taste it. And the sweet flavor is fantastic. Great rub. Definitely try that one if you haven't before. But I'm very happy. This is worth the effort, and it's worth the test to see how it would come out. I'm going to probably eat these with some Texas toast, maybe some green beans, and probably gonna put some barbecue sauce on here, but I wanna just get the raw flavor. Guys, if you got anything out of this, let me know down below. Do you do anything else to adjust the smoke profile from your offset smoker? I'd love to hear from you guys. I'm fairly new to using this machine, so I'm still learning the ins and outs. But most importantly, I'd love to hear from you guys what you're cooking up these days. And absolutely get out there and cook something absolutely fantastic. And I'll catch you on the next UFOBBQ. Bye-bye. It's a good rib.